okay. I was a little concerned at first, you know, because you just like, the things that go through my mind when I'm doing that are the transistors. What if it's the transistors? You know, because like I might have a spare, maybe two, maybe of the appropriate type. But who knows if they're going to match up right with the others? Who knows if it's going to sound good? And, you know, it's not original. You know, but man, okay, so we know we got a bad switch here. It is really not that big of a deal. This thing is in remarkable shape. There's no holes drilled. Look at that. It's got some weird little cork pads. Now, these normally have a corrugated piece of rubber on there, and I'm trying to see, like, is that a line from where that used to be? I think probably. Let me look at the other one. So, Electro-Harmonix used this kind of rubber pad, like the beard material for a fuzz face. They used this kind of rubber pad for a lot longer than the triangle format, like these medium cases, I guess you'd call them, because it's smaller than a ram's head, but it's bigger than a small clone. These medium cases were used. I don't know if you guys can see, but like, so look around this. See how there's kind of some brown, some dirt there, like all the way around the edges. You know, maybe that's just the adhesive. Like I feel like I'm seeing that. I don't know if that comes through on the camera, but like right there, right there. A little bit here, harder to see, but like I see a line there and there. So, matches up with the size. I'm inclined to think that this probably had that type of material on it initially. And I might have a case bottom that has that. I'll have to look. That would be cool. Might have a piece of that I can spare. So, what's unoriginal in here that I see so far? This pot, the battery clip. I think the switch is original, it just doesn't work. Let's take the battery out. The battery clip looks like it was replaced long ago. It could have just been reattached, but I don't think so. This circuit board is in pretty nice shape. It's actually in better shape than my other triangle. This kind of thick wire of different colors in this way here, I do see that. I see that as original. This green wire has like a, can you see that there's a spade lug terminal on it right here going to the power switch right there? Does that come through on the camera? I'm gonna try and show it to you. There, you can see it like that right there. Spade lug. What is so weird is that like I don't have any real reason to think that's not original. It looks like original solder at this end. This connection on the power switch is not original, but that's to be expected because it's going to the battery cable here, which looks like it's been replaced more than once. Or maybe this battery clip was taken off of something else and somebody had to extend the leads to make it reach on here. That's possible, although this one wasn't necessary. Like there's absolutely no reason at all why this couldn't have been connected there. It reaches like everywhere in the whole pedal just fine like that. So I don't know. All right, let's have a look a little deeper. We're not going to do the repairs on this today. Maybe I'll do the switch because it's almost like a separate repair from everything else. It's off the board, unlike all the other components. Oh well, that's okay. This isn't an original pot anyway. I just want to get this off without hurting anything else. Don't tell me somebody glued this knob on. Don't care about the pot, but I want that knob. Oh, my goodness. It's got set screws on both sides. I've never seen that in my life. What? Look at that. There's one there and one there. They're all like that? Oh, wow. Okay. Wild. I have never, ever seen a knob with 2 set screws. Not one like this. I've seen one that has 3, and that's for kind of centering. That's sort of a different thing altogether. That is bizarre. Are there any brand markings on these? I don't think so. These are so cool. I don't have any other EHX pedals with those knobs, but those are the knobs that are typically on a triangle. It's just that my other one has some less typical knobs on it. All right. This switch has a kind of a unique feature here. This knurling. There's like a decorative knurled ring on it. You see that? I haven't seen that before that I've noticed on an EHX pedal. It's this little brass knurled ring. It is pretty cool. I don't have... So there is a little bit of a ring around this, like as if somebody had taken this on and off before with a, you know, like a socket. Cause that little line there. But let's have a better look at the switch. At the moment, it looks original to me. Yeah. It's a brown kind of backlight too. It's an earlier one. Unfortunately, I think it's smoked. I don't think that's a repairable switch. It is riveted shut. I mean, you know, that's not going to stop me from taking it apart, but I really don't think that that's right. I will probably just have to replace that with another original. There's the wiring of it. Okay, let's have a look at the top side of the board. And I'll get to chart this out like I did the other, and like I did the 2 Rams heads so far, and note all the component values. Okay, good. All those came off pretty well. I'll be interested to see the date on this pot. I mean, I could probably see it from here, but I want to see the rest of the board anyway, so we're going to do that. I guess I am going to have to take these jacks off because they're soldered on in such a way that they are all kind of part of the union of this board. Okay, those. Yeah, it's like not only did I not really care for Big Muffs very recently, I don't really care for EHX pedals, honestly. And I don't disagree with myself for feeling that way because they are kind of junk. I mean, they're put together very flimsy, poorly. Definitely was like a cheapest parts thing. You could tell that a company like MXR was using the nicer parts, putting them together well. Well, Electro-Harmonix was like, get it out the door, get it out. Can you build 2 more per day? You know, it's like they were not of that same mindset. All right, there's the bottom of the case. And here we go, my friends. There is the heart of the monster right there. Boy, oh boy. You can see where these alpha pots had some extensions soldered on so that they could be long enough to pass through the board. And they are both 100K linears. They should be. This one is. This one I can't really see. Yes. This one I'm interested in. This is, I'm going to try and, I don't know if I'll be able to read the code on the camera. Maybe I will, actually. Looks like it's right there. 13772. 1972, really? That is later than I'd have expected. My other triangle has 1966 pots in it. And 1972 is early for an Electro-Harmonix pot. I have very rarely seen 1973 pots. There's some 1974 pots in my ram's head. So the pots don't really... The only thing the pot does is it means that the pedal can't be earlier than that. You can't have a 1972 pot and say that this pedal was put together in 1969 because they couldn't put it together with a pot from the future. But they could put this together in 1985 with a pot from 1972. And they did stuff like that. So the pot dates only limit it in one direction. And yeah, this is very cool. The other parts of this pedal, let's see, what are these transistors? I might need my glasses for that. Screen or not. Let's see. All right, well, you could focus, please. The printing is fairly well faded on these. Okay, FS3700. Boy, let's try a different one. This one ends in 4-3, maybe 1-4-3. FS37. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to zoom out because I don't think that I'm even getting these all on the camera very well. So, I mean, I think these are the Fairchild transistors that were used commonly in all of these. FS3700. Looking at this one. I think they're all the same. It's just very hard to read. Maybe we can see this one better. Three 3700. Is that it? FS37000. Maybe that's what we get. I think that's what I'm seeing here. I'm going to probably leave it at that for now. And, you know, somebody's probably shouting, you know, that's some type of significant number, or I'm reading it wrong, and that's entirely possible. This is just an initial inspection. We're going to sort all these details out. Don't you worry. Every part on here will be documented properly. I'm going to get just a nice, clean, straight-on shot here, hopefully. Maybe I'll just zoom in like that. That's probably better. To get all the resistor values. So differences that I notice on this immediately from my other triangle, the board is darker. It's screen printed nicer, and it has this like insulation material. It's like a sticker, I guess, put over it maybe. And the remaining pot is later and of a different design. This is a CTS. My other one had stack pole and one central, 2 stack poles and 1 central ab, which is factory. And I've seen numerous other ones like that, where there's the 1 central ab pot in that same location. And they're all dated the same too, 1966. Most of the components on here look the same. The part numbers on my transistors and the other one are the type more commonly seen. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. This component, I think it's a capacitor, is different on my other one. There's an interesting thing happening with this resistor where the stripes are nearly gone. It looks like it was orange, white, orange. Maybe it was orange, white, yellow, because orange, white, yellow, orange, white, yellow, orange, white, yellow, orange, white, yellow. I think that would make more sense. I believe the diodes are probably the same, although, you know, who could read the writing on those? Not me. I'm going to read the, let me show this other resistor value up here in the corner, because I will forget. But there it is, and that is gray, red, brown, silver. I think that's the only hidden one, you know, orange, orange, orange. No tolerance band, interesting. So, is that 20% resistor or something? This one's just got a silver band. Some funny things happening here, guys. Funny things happening. Yeah, unless that's like brown, brown, brown. Was that like 222? I don't know. Oh, look, there's more. Same thing there, and same thing there. And there's a little piece of orange right here. I think that's probably the epoxy coating from one of those ceramic caps. That's interesting. I'd like to measure those. I'd like to measure them right now. Let's just measure all of them. And probably one of them or two of them will give us the same reading, and that'll be accurate, likely. $9.47K. $9.0K. $42K. Oh, that one's got some much higher reading. Was there another? I guess that was it. Okay. Let's read this one guy over here, maybe. Nah. Kind of hard to get to. Let's try. I think it's here and here. 40.1K. All right. Let's read the capacitor values, and then I think we'll probably be done after that for the day. 0.1 microfarads on this guy here. I'm going to just look at the rest of them. They're probably all the same. 0.1 on this guy here. Let me zoom out. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. All those large ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are 0.1 microfarads at 50 volts. Z in a circle. I'm not sure what that is. This is the treble cap here, 0.004 microfarads. which would be like 0.00004 nanofarads or something like that. Or the other way around. Let's see. 0.05 at 50 volts on this guy right here. And same deal here, 0.05 microfarads at 50 volts. So, okay, a couple more little ones here. These are kind of hard to see. 560. I think we can probably assume that all three of those are 560s. This says 560. This says 560. This, I can't actually get a reading on it, but let's just say it's probably 560. We'll confirm that later. This one here, 6807 plus. So that's probably a 0.680. Is that right? I think, or 0.0068 maybe? 0.068? I forget. That's the base cap. I'm almost certain. The triangle layout is way different than the ram's head, but I think that's the base cap and that's the treble cap. Or sorry, the treble cap is right there. Okay, well, I think that actually covers what I wanted to go over component-wise. I will read the value on that one if I can. I'll just meter it, see if that'll work. Yeah, I can't get a reading on that pilot in circuit. It says 65 megs. Oh, you know that's not right. $86K. It's probably 100K. That's what it should be. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can change the switch now. Might as well. Let's do it. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I'll tell you why. Because I have a 1973 pedal coming. Might even be 72, and it's the same design. It's a hair lip, and that's going to be a parts donor. So I might be able to get the same switch and pots and everything matching out of that one pedal. So I'm not going to mess with this any further tonight. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit with some, you guys know what I'm going to use, don't you? Delaney brand naphtha. Because if you're not using Delaney brand naphtha, you're not using Delaney brand naphtha. No other brand naphtha should ever be used for anything, nothing at all. Only Delaney brand. It's the only naphtha to use ever for anything, ever. If you can't find it, there's probably good reason for that. Okay. There's a little bit of a crayon or something on there. Let's give this all a general wiping down first. Kind of a lot of built up crud in there. This is a little bit bent. Somebody tugged on the cord. It's the amplifier side this time. Usually it's the input side. Woo! Don't want to lose that switch screw. Okay, there's a little more of that here, weird as it is. nice. Man, that looks nice. Okay. Let's get the inside cleaned up too. A lot of this is like original factory flux from the soldering. It doesn't mean we can't clean it up so it doesn't corrode it further. Actually, it doesn't look like it's all that corrosive. Some flux is very corrosive. Some flux is mostly beeswax. Not very corrosive. Kind of protective. I need a plastic something. Here we go. I got it. This little tweaker will do. Just knock that dried old flux off without scraping anything. Very nice, doing great. It's all coming off very well. Okay, I think. Oh, look at that. That cleaned up beautifully, didn't it? All right, man. Coming along. Let me see if I can fix that little pressed in area. Oh, close. Okay. Let me see what I'm doing. I'm just straightening that out. Padded area over there. Look at that. That is about perfect. Couldn't ask for better than that. All right. Okay, I'm just going to put it back together now. Tomorrow, I will likely get back into this one again. However, tomorrow there is also another ram set expected. So it is a big muff week. It's a big muff week. Am I putting the wrong one on here? No. Boy, that naphtha dries your fingers out. I gotta look at that. Gonna put this stuff on finger tight. My favorite part, these knobs and this decorative ring. I've never seen knobs with 2 set screws on them. And I've never seen one of those decorative rings on an Electro-Harmonix pedal either. So it's a very cool day of new discoveries for me. Just a little twist with this. I'm not cranking them down. I just want to make sure it doesn't rattle around loose. And I do have to put the switch. Okay. Okay, all right. Guess I will put these on. Where was this one on there? Yeah, that one's on kind of a weird way. Again, just putting these on loosely. Okay. All done. Ta-da! All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this. This has been a really cool one. Pleasantly surprised all around. Everything is in as good as or better than I expected condition, and it sounds very good. Not exactly the same as my other one, but still very much like it in a lot of ways. So I would say I'm kind of getting close to having a handle on the triangle Big Muff sound. I think so. So they're similar enough that I can't imagine I don't have like 2 that sound like pretty normal. All right. Okay. All right. We'll see some more of this one and some other exciting stuff very soon. All righty. See ya.